Why do you always have to ruin everything? That was the first thing my brother Daniel said to me last night on the phone. His words hit me like a slap. I wasn't even trying to argue. I had only asked if maybe we could change the birthday plans. But instead of listening, he raised his voice, saying I was being selfish, that Dad had gone out of his way to make this special, and I should just be grateful. I sat there, phone pressed against my ear, cheeks burning. I could hear laughter in the background. He must have been with his girlfriend, the one who always makes me feel like I'm 12 years old again. She chimed in at one point, laughing under her breath and saying, "Wow, some people just don't know how to appreciate family." She wasn't even supposed to be part of the conversation, but Daniel put me on speaker. I wanted to disappear. My name is Lila, and I'll be turning 23 next week. For most people, a birthday is a celebration. For me, it feels more like a test I always fail. Every year, I hope for quiet, a soft blanket, my dog Bruno snoring at my feet, maybe noodles from the little place down the street. That would be enough for me. But my dad always dreams bigger. This year, he booked a large table at a restaurant in the city. He described it to me with so much excitement. Live jazz, shared platters, a buzzing atmosphere. It's not just dinner, he said. It's an experience. But the truth is, that kind of experience drains me. Loud music makes my chest tighten. Crowds make my head spin. And I never know how to act at those long tables when everyone is laughing and passing plates around. My mind drifts, and I end up watching the clock, wondering when I'll finally get to go home. When I gently suggested keeping things small, just Dad, me, and Aunt Carla, he didn't say anything for a long time. Then his voice shifted, sharp and tired. "Lila, I already invited everyone. Daniel's bringing his girlfriend. Your cousins are looking forward to it. I've put so much effort into this, and now you want to pull the rug out." I bit my tongue, because the words I wanted to say would only hurt him. But deep down, I knew what I felt. This wasn't for me. It was for them. And that brings me back to Daniel. After Dad's reaction, I texted my brother, hoping for understanding. I wrote, "Hey, I don't know if I can handle a big night out. I'd prefer something quiet. Could you maybe talk to Dad with me?" He didn't text back. He called me instead, and it turned into an argument almost instantly. "You're acting like a child," he snapped. "Dad does everything for you, and you're still not happy. Do you know how embarrassing it is for him when you make a scene about this stuff?" I tried to explain I wasn't making a scene. I just didn't want a huge dinner with people I barely talked to. But the more I tried to explain, the more he cut me off. Then his girlfriend jumped in, her voice sugary and sharp at the same time. "Honestly, Lila, it sounds like you don't even like your own family. Maybe you should just stay home if you're going to be such a downer." I felt humiliated. My throat ached, but I refused to let my voice break. I just said, "Fine," and hung up. Later that night, Dad called again. His voice was softer this time, but it carried that edge of disappointment that makes my stomach twist. "I don't know why you always push people away," he said quietly. "All I wanted was one night where we could all be together. One night where I don't have to worry about everyone scattering in different directions." I didn't know what to say, because I understood him. I really did. He's been trying to hold the family together ever since Mom left years ago. He believes big dinners and loud laughter are proof that we're okay. And maybe for everyone else, they are. But for me, they're exhausting. Now I'm stuck. If I go along with his plan, I'll spend my birthday sitting at a table with music pounding in my ears, pretending to laugh while Daniel's girlfriend makes sly comments that only I seem to catch. I'll sit there feeling like I don't belong at my own celebration. If I refuse, I'll be the villain, the ungrateful daughter, the sister who ruins things, the one who can't just go along for one night. I keep replaying Daniel's words in my head. Why do you always have to ruin everything? Maybe he's right. Maybe I'm the problem. But deep down, another part of me whispers that it's not wrong to want a birthday that actually feels like mine. And yet, saying that out loud feels like another fight waiting to happen. This morning, I finally gathered the courage to send my dad a text. My hands were shaking as I typed it out, deleting and rewriting it several times before pressing send. I didn't want to sound ungrateful, but I also couldn't keep swallowing my feelings. The message read, "Dad, thank you for planning all of this. I know you're trying to make it fun, but I really don't want a big group this year. I'd be much happier if we kept it small, maybe just dinner with you and Aunt Carla. I hope you understand." I stared at my phone for a long time afterward, waiting for the three little dots to appear. They didn't. Instead, silence stretched across the morning. Every time my phone buzzed, I jumped, only to see it was an email or a random notification. No reply from Dad. I started to feel that familiar pit of guilt in my stomach, the one that makes me question whether speaking up was even worth it. It wasn't until after lunch that my phone finally rang. Dad's name lit up on the screen. When I answered, his voice was steady, but there was a weight in it. "I got your message," he said. He didn't sound angry. He sounded tired. That almost felt worse. I explained, carefully, that I wasn't trying to reject him. I just wanted something quieter, something I could actually enjoy instead of forcing myself through. He let me speak, but when he finally answered, his words stung. "I just wanted to give you a memory to hold on to. I don't want your birthday to be just another ordinary day." I closed my eyes, pressing my forehead against the cool wall beside me. "Dad," I whispered, "it's not about being ordinary. It's about me actually being able to enjoy it. If I'm sitting there overwhelmed and anxious, then it's not a memory. It's just stress." There was a pause, and for a second I thought maybe he understood. understood. But then his voice shifted, quieter, almost guilty. Lila, I need to be honest with you. I wanted to go to that jazz place for myself. I've been wanting to go for months, but I never had a reason. I thought if I made it your birthday plan, everyone would agree to come, and I'd finally get to enjoy it. The words hit me hard. My chest tightened. I hadn't expected that kind of confession. It made me feel invisible, like the celebration was never really about me. But at the same time, I could hear the loneliness in his voice. Dad doesn't admit things like this easily. Since Mom left, he's carried the weight of trying to keep the family glued together, even when we're all pulling in different directions. Maybe this dinner was his way of pretending everything was okay. Still, the hurt stayed with me. Dad, I said carefully, so this was never about me at all. He sighed. It was about both of us. I thought I could give you a night to remember, and also, maybe finally do something I've wanted to do. I didn't mean to be selfish. I didn't know what to say, because part of me felt compassion, and another part of me felt robbed. That wasn't the end of it. When Daniel found out I'd asked Dad to change the plans, he called me again, his voice sharp. Are you serious, Lila? Dad's been looking forward to this for weeks. Do you have any idea how ungrateful you sound? I tried to explain about the anxiety, about how crowded places drain me, but he cut me off. You always make it about you. Every single time. Dad bends over backwards, and you still find a way to complain. Maybe the problem isn't the plans. Maybe the problem is you. His words sliced through me. And then, as if on cue, his girlfriend chimed in from the background. She didn't even bother to lower her voice. Honestly, Daniel, why are you even bothering? If she doesn't want to be there, let her stay home. The rest of us will actually have fun. I felt humiliated. Again, I hung up before I started crying. When Dad called later that night, his tone was softer. He offered a compromise. The big dinner at the jazz restaurant would still happen, but it wouldn't be called my birthday party. Instead, the night before, he promised to take me out alone, just the two of us, to my favorite little Italian place. He even said, no surprises, no extras, just you, me, and a calm night. I should have felt relieved. Part of me did. But another part of me kept replaying everything in my head. The way Daniel accused me of being ungrateful. The way Dad admitted the dinner was more for him than for me. The way his girlfriend laughed about me being a downer. Even with the compromise, I couldn't shake the feeling that my birthday was slipping further and further away from me. Now I don't know how to feel. Should I be thankful Dad listened at all? Or should I be hurt that the only reason I got a quiet dinner is because I begged for it? Should I forgive Daniel for his cruel words? Or should I finally tell him how deeply he's been hurting me? Because right now, it doesn't feel like a celebration. It feels like I'm caught in the middle of everyone else's idea of family, while mine, quiet, simple, gentle, keeps getting pushed aside.
You're not the villain here. Wanting a birthday that doesn't make your chest tighten isn't selfish, it's self-preservation. Daniel's anger and his girlfriend's commentary are classic deflections. They project their discomfort onto you instead of listening. Dad's confession about the jazz night being more for him than you explains a lot, and honestly, it sucks. It's like your day was borrowed without asking. That doesn't make you ungrateful. It makes you human. You're allowed to ask for calm, quiet, and space without being labeled a ruiner. So, AITA? No, not even close. But you do need to protect your boundaries firmly. Maybe have one last honest conversation with Daniel. Humorously put, birthdays aren't obstacle courses, and you don't have to sprint through everyone else's idea of fun just to survive them. Before we jump into the next story, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let us know your favorite part in the comments.
Story 2.
You're pathetic, Aaron. You act like you're doing me some huge favor when all I asked was 10 minutes of your day. That's what Laura shouted at me last week. Her words are still ringing in my ears. We weren't in the same room. She yelled it through the phone, but the sting was the same. And then, like an echo behind her, I heard her boyfriend laughing in the background. He muttered, maybe if Aaron had a life, she wouldn't make such a fuss over this. I don't think I've ever felt so humiliated. My name is Aaron. I'm 21. I'm quiet, a little introverted, and I prefer to keep my days simple. My cousin Laura is 29, bold, outspoken, and never afraid to get her way. We've always had a complicated closeness. She has this habit of taking charge of my life as if she knows better than I do. A few months ago, Laura gave me what felt like the kindest gift. She offered to help cover most of the costs of adopting a puppy. I had been saving slowly, but she insisted, saying she wanted me to enjoy my dog while I was still young. She told me not to worry about food or vet bills until I graduated. I was so grateful. I almost cried, but gratitude has turned into pressure. Not long after helping me, Laura got her own dog, a Labrador puppy named Milo. He's playful, loud, and constantly in motion. When she first asked me to check in on him during the day, I didn't think twice. She said it would be quick. Just refill his water. Let him outside for a bit. The first few days, it was fine. But then she started calling constantly. 2, 3, sometimes 4 times a day. Send me a video of him eating, she'd say. Or, put me on FaceTime so I can see him playing. playing. At first, I told myself it was just her being a nervous, new pet owner. But it didn't stop. Even when I had classes, even when I was working on projects, she expected me to drop everything. The tension built slowly, until one night it snapped. I had just sat down to eat dinner when she called. "Can you go let Milo out again? I'm staying late at work." I told her I was tired and I couldn't. That's when her voice hardened. "You're not tired, Aaron. You just don't want to help. You sit at home all day doing nothing. Why is this so hard for you?" Her words made me feel small, and something inside me cracked. "Laura," I said, my voice shaking, "this isn't fair. I didn't agree to raise your dog for you. I already have my own to take care of. It's too much." The silence on the other end stretched. Then she snapped, "Ungrateful. That's what you are. I've done everything for you, and this is how you repay me." We argued back and forth. She accused me of using her, of taking her money while refusing to give back. I told her this wasn't about money, it was about boundaries. I didn't ask her to pay for my puppy. She offered. And now she was holding it over me. She hung up on me. Later that night, I got a long message. In it, she wrote that if I wasn't willing to take care of Milo, she would stop covering my puppy's expenses. She said she felt betrayed, that I was selfish, that family should help family, and I was clearly too entitled to understand that. I stared at the screen for a long time, feeling sick. I can't afford my dog's expenses right now. That's the truth. Without Laura's help, I don't know how I'll manage. But what hurts most is the way she's twisting everything. She's making me feel like I owe her every part of my time and energy, just because she once offered to help me. And then there was the part that cut the deepest. In her message, she wrote, "Maybe I made a mistake helping you at all. You don't deserve that puppy if you can't even do this for me." Reading that felt like someone kicked me in the chest. My dog means everything to me. He's my comfort, my joy, my safe place. To hear her suggest I don't deserve him was crushing. The worst part is, Laura's words have already spread. My aunt called me yesterday, saying Laura told the family I was taking advantage of her kindness. She said, "Aaron, people are starting to wonder if you're just lazy. Maybe you should apologize before this gets worse." So now, it isn't just between me and Laura. It's become this bigger, uglier thing, and I feel trapped. If I stand my ground, I risk losing my cousin's financial help and possibly the support of my family. If I apologize, it'll look like I'm only doing it to keep the money. And either way, I feel like my voice, my actual feelings don't matter. I never asked for any of this. I just want a quiet life with my puppy. But now I'm being painted as selfish, entitled, and ungrateful. So I don't know. Am I wrong for telling Laura no? Or is she wrong for tying her generosity to a responsibility I never asked to take on? Because right now, I feel like no matter what I do, I'll end up the villain.
Aaron, you're not the villain. Accepting a gift doesn't mean signing a lifetime contract for someone else's control. Laura's generosity became a weapon, not a favor. Her expectations are unreasonable, her guilt-tripping is toxic, and her boyfriend's commentary? Pure seasoning on the humiliation stew. You're allowed to protect your time, energy, and sanity, even if that means refusing extra tasks. Money doesn't buy consent, and love doesn't require forfeiting boundaries. Aita? No, absolutely not. You're just trying to live peacefully with your dog, not audition for a full-time babysitter role for someone else's puppy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Got a story to share? Drop it in the comments and let us know which one was your favorite. If you enjoyed this video, you'll definitely want to check out AITA for not accepting being seen as a problem. Click here to watch it now.